ऑनलॉक का पेस प्रोग्राम एक ऐसा कन्वीनियंट एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड ऑप्शन है जिसके जरिए हमारे बुजुर्ग घर पर हमारे साथ रहकर यही देखभाल और सेवा का लाभ उठा सकते हैं। अब चाहे वो घर पर रहे या ऑनलॉक वाले पेस सेंटर में आए, उनको वही डेडिकेटेड एंड प्रोफेशनल केयर मिलेगी। ऑनलॉक ने बुजुर्गों की सेहत को अपना प्रायोरिटी बना लिया है। और जानने के लिए 1855-308-0195 पे कॉल करें। That's 1855-308-0195.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this show do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Radio Dihori's. The content broadcast on this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
नमस्कार,
वनकम,
नमस्कार,
खुशामदीद,
सलामकुम,
सत श्री अकाल,
మీకు అందరికీ వందనము,
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण,
जय जनेन्द्र।
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते हैं याली मदद।
मौलाली मदद बोलते हैं सारे फीजिए मंदिर बोलेंगे नीसा मुला बरजान। हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे। मैं सिर्फ फालतू बाबा
And of course, myself, Altu Rani, लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बन जानी।
Alright, Banjan, a quick look at what's happening in the roads. सस्ते का हाल आपको लीजिएगा सस्ते में।
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Well, Banjan, good news is traffic उतना दिखता नहीं है रास्ते पे Friday इसीलिए Banjan, but of course there's some incidents to report for you guys for sure. A traffic collision or an accident on 680 northbound south of East Capitol Expressway in San Jose. The lanes are affected there, but I don't see a backlog of traffic over there or a bottleneck forming up. That's a good news for you guys. And similarly, an accident on 87 actually is kind of blocking some traffic on Alameda Expressway. The lanes are affected there. I can see a little bit of backup coming up in that region, so watch out for that. And similarly, in hazard has been reported on 87 because of a vehicle on an accident actually on 84 eastbound west of Dumbarton Bridge. The causeway in Fremont area is what it's affected there, so watch out for that. Apart from that, a little bit of congestion here and there, but not too much for me to report for you guys. Not as bad as what it was yesterday, but just last evening was really one of the times when I felt like as if we're getting back into our the pre-COVID situation. Now, what's happening with the COVID situation and what's new with the world? But that's what's going to come to right now. We're going to come to our news segment, which is going to come. Faltrani is ready for you guys. Faltrani, what's news?
Well, locally from across California, as we get ready for the 4th of July weekend, today, Bandajan, Californians are going to be spending even more at the gas pump.
Yeah.
That's right, Bandajan. A new gas tax takes effect today, and that's on, actually, it took effect yesterday, and that was on top of already sky-high prices. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the national average for a gallon of self-serve regular gas is now $3.10. However, San Diegans are paying $4.26, around $1.16 more per gallon than at this time last year, or $16 more to fill up the average mid-sized vehicle. While the rise in price may not cause people to cancel their holiday travel plans, San Diegans are making changes to their everyday driving habits, apparently. California virus cases are rising. Badhujan, we reported this yesterday. The Delta variant is spreading. So wherever you're traveling, please be mindful. Please, and if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated. Public health officials have raised concern this week with more transportable Delta variant spreading among the unvaccinated, who mainly comprise the vast majority of new infections that are being reported. So please be careful while you're out this holiday weekend. Governor Gavin Newsom, well, here about his recall. How many of you have followed that? Well, California Democrats gambled by accelerating the date for the state's September 14th recall election that could cost Governor Gavin Newsom his job. Their hope is that during a relatively brief stretch of about 10 weeks, the economy will continue to rebound, coronavirus cases will remain low, and the embattled Democratic governor can avoid any politically embarrassing missteps. The risk is that it doesn't go that way. The mid-September date was formalized Thursday by Lieutenant Governor Eleni Koulounakis, a Democrat and a Newsom ally, after election officials certified that enough valid petition signatures had been turned in to qualify the election for the ballot. Her decision came after political maneuvering in the Democratic-dominated legislature that cleared the way for a late summer election rather than the fall contest many had been expecting. So Newsom has steadied his public standing since the tumultuous depths of the pandemic, when his popularity had declined. With recent polls, looks like he can beat the recall. Democrats believe that the earlier date will benefit his chances. In news from across the United States, the U.S. Supreme Court actually declined to hear an appeal by a florist fined by Washington State for refusing to make a flower arrangement for a same-sex wedding due to her Christian beliefs, sidestepping another major case pitting gay rights against religious liberty. The death toll in the Florida condo collapse rises, Bandhujan. It rose to 20 after search and rescue crews found two more bodies, including the 7-year-old daughter of a Miami firefighter, officials said. The grim, painstaking search for victims in the rubble, which was suspended for most of Thursday over safety concerns, proceeded today with greater caution and a watchful eye on a hurricane that could strike Florida within days. President Joe Biden is taking serious steps. He's backing a recommendation that U.S. military prosecutions of sexual assaults should be taken away from the chain of command and should be given to independent prosecutors to better serve the victims. The change, recommended by an independent review commission, would represent a major shift in how the military has handled sexual assault claims and other related crimes for decades. It comes several years after the advent of the hashtag #MeToo response to sexual assault, harassment, and discrimination against women by men in various walks of life. The Trump Organization and the CFO are now charged in a 15-year sweeping fraud case. Prosecutor calling it a sweeping and audacious tax fraud arising from a probe into the former U.S. president's business and its business practices. Donald Trump's namesake company and longtime financial chief have been charged with that. And finally, the Boeing 737 cargo plane, with two people on board, it made an emergency nighttime landing in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Honolulu. It made a landing in the sea, Alto Baba. Can you believe that?
Nice.
And
I think they wanted to go for a swim, I suppose.
The US FAA said, they said that they rescued both the crew members, citing preliminary information. The pilots reported engine trouble. God, Boeing's troubles don't seem to be ending at all. And were attempting to return to Honolulu when they were forced to land the aircraft in the water, the FAA said in a statement. Those are the headlines.
But they don't talk about who forced them.
Who forced them? It is the aircraft, right? The engine troubles in the aircraft. Oh, are you saying something else is there, Altmama? There's an ABCT going on there?
I don't know, Fatoni. You tell me. They don't say who forced them. They got forced. That's all they said. Nobody asked them any other further questions who forced them.
Oh.
We got to ask those tough questions, Fatoni.
Oh my God.
What? Seriously, don't you feel that?
Okay, fine. If you say so, I'll do.
Okay, what's news with the international thing? Quickly, we got to go before we shine off today.
Well, it is the end of the U.S. troops in Afghanistan. American troops pulled out of their main military base in Afghanistan on Friday, leaving behind a piece of the World Trade Center they buried 20 years ago in a country that the top U.S. commander has warned may descend into civil war without them. Major war is looming in Afghanistan. The Delta variant is sweeping across Asia and is prompting curbs as vaccination remains tepid. A highly contagious Delta variant is surging through Asia this week with record numbers of infections in Australia and South Korea, prompting some countries to tighten curbs and others to hasten vaccination. This variant, which was first detected in December last year in India, has spread to about 100 countries, and the World Health Organization has warned recently that it could soon become the most dominant form of the virus. And in news from India, Bandhajan, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are actually at a water war, and it is really, really escalated. So cops are actually taking a position at the dams near Andhra and Telangana. So
They're policing water now, huh?
exactly. And if you want
It's
to
a
get
problem with people, not the water, actually.
that's
Why are they policing water?
they're policing people who are going to access the
Why are
water.
they studying the dam then?
Oh God.
Ask tough questions,
What
Family.
a
Ask
damn
them.
question.
Ask the tough questions.
It's a DAM
As a
Bandhajan watch.
journalist, we have to ask those tough questions, Balajan. Why is it standing in the dam when this is a problem with the people?
Because people are
It's
expected
a
to
problem with the damn people. Alright, Balajan, this is a lighter note for you guys. And yeah, people actually are going on the holidays right now. Please be mindful of what CDC has told you. Wear your mask for sure, and hopefully you're vaccinated, fully vaccinated. That's 2 vaccinations for sure, Balajan. And this song is a nice song which tells you about the fact that things go on. So what when things change? Huh? Everything will be fine.
have a fantastic Friday.
We'll see you in the evening, Balajan, with the Pam Pam Show.
धुन में दीवाने थकन कैसी घुटन कैसी चल अपनी धुन में दीवाने खिला ले फूल कांटों में सजा ले अपने वीराने खिला ले फूल कांटों में सजा ले अपने वीराने हवाएं
Bandhajan, this is your darling Faltu Rani, and let me tell you, Bandhajani, that all these beautiful tracks that you're listening to right now are special Dihari picks that we've hand-picked.